So we are getting very close to the end of our 8 limbs journey saga that we've been on since the very beginning of January, which is so exciting. Um, I both expanded and contracted this workshop or this saga as we've gone along. It's been a really nice journey, and we have made it through the first 6 limbs. Now, these last 3 limbs that we work with, so our class last week and our class tonight and next week, are each on separate limbs, but collectively they make up the stages or states of meditation according to the practice of yoga. And so last week was all about concentration, dharana. It's like you focusing on the object of meditation. It was lovely. We used the sound of Om. If you didn't watch it, go back and watch it again. We just chanted the entire time. It was pretty cool. And that is kind of where the yoga practice stops, like completely, because everything that happens in the last 2 limbs are spontaneous states of being, basically meaning you have to create the conditions and sustain the conditions long enough for these last 2 states to arrive. And so I'm not going to talk about samadhi, which is the final state and the final limb. We'll talk about that next week. But instead, I'd like to talk about dhyana, which is what the yogis actually equate to be the state of meditation. And so you've been practicing dharana, you've been practicing concentration, and the scholars say that if you can hold unbroken concentration for about 12 breaths, that you might spontaneously end up in dhyana. And dhyana is where the object of meditation starts to give something back to you. And so this gets harder to explain, but I'll give you a very surface level example. So if your object of meditation, say, is light, you're imagining fire in the belly or light in the brain, and you're able to hold that focus for about 12 or so breaths, you may start to feel the qualities of light being embodied in you. And so that could be feelings of enlightenment, it could be spontaneous clarity. If it's fire in the belly, it might feel like courage or determination or something like that. Now, there are deeper ways to experience that, but that's just a surface level example. And so for today's practice and for next week's practice as well, we really are just focusing on creating the right conditions for dhyana to happen. So I can't promise you that you'll experience it in the next hour and a half or hour and 15 minutes or so, but we can begin to open ourselves up to it. The 8 limbs in general are not sequential until you get to this point. At this point, you do have to kind of move through everything kind of sequentially, but the yamas and niyamas can be practiced out of order. Asana and pranayama could be practiced out of order, but all of that collectively kind of has to be kind of handled to a certain extent for these last few phases to really come to light. And why are we doing this? Because when we can stop identifying with those ego states I mentioned earlier and stop being pushed and pulled by the circumstances of the world, we can actually find harmony. We can actually find happiness. And the yogis say that we start to identify less with the external world and identify with our true nature. And that could be soul for you, that could be internal light, that could be universal guidance, intuition, whatever that is for you. I don't have a clear definition, but I've experienced it. It is there. It is something worth connecting to. And that's what we're going to work for tonight. And so we're going to use the image of light in the heart as our guiding star, quite literally, toward this idea of dhyana. So we're going to infuse our asana practice with light. We're going to infuse our pranayama practice with light. And at the end, we'll sit for a bit and just see how long we can be with that sensation of light or that imagery of light, and maybe spontaneously move into dhyana. And if not, it's okay. That's probably one factor I probably should say right before we start is that you can't go into this with the expectation that you'll actually achieve anything. Because if you do that, then you're driven by an ego state. So you really have to like surrender even the desire to be enlightened. It gets kind of meta here, but don't worry about that for now. We'll just go inward and focus on some stuff. All right, so sit comfortably. And we're going to begin with the practice of Kapalabhati, the breath of fire. And a reminder that Kapalabhati is a quick exhale from the abdomen, and the inhale is passive. The breath is done through the nose, and it's kind of like blowing out a candle with your nostrils. Okay, and we're going to go for about 30 seconds to start. Then I'll guide you through some practice at the end, and then we'll repeat it a couple of times. Okay, so sit comfortably first, and we'll just go inward. Take a deep breath in and out. Let the eyes close. Become aware of your breath and body, your hips and legs on the ground. The sensation of the breath in the nostrils and the movement of the belly. And just a reminder for Kapalabhati that this breath happens in the abdomen, it happens in the belly. If you try to breathe quickly in the chest, you'll start to feel really lightheaded. So keep it down in the abdomen. So again, 30 seconds of the breath of fire. Take a deep breath in to begin. Deep breath in. Hold the breath in at the top of the inhale and see light in the brain. It might be a sensation, it might be a visualization, but see light in the brain and hold it there. And keep that light in the brain as you softly exhale. Take an adjusting breath. And then we'll go for 45 seconds. Kapalabhati, deep breath in. Deep breath in. Again, hold the breath into the top of the inhale. As you hold the breath in, see light in the brain. Keep holding, keep seeing light. And then one more time, or sorry, exhale softly first. Got ahead of myself there. Relax the breath. Take an adjusting breath. Still seeing light in the brain. You might notice some sensation in the abdomen or some spaciousness developing in the chest or heart. And then we'll go for one final round of the breath of fire. It's time for a full minute. Pace yourself, take your time. Deep breath in to begin. Deep breath in. Again, hold the breath in at the top of the inhale. As you hold the breath in, see light in the brain, maybe energy at the navel. Keep holding. And this time, as you exhale, imagine that light from the brain and that energy from the navel, as you exhale, meeting at the heart, meeting at the center of the chest, just drawing both of those sensations to a center point. And you might start to feel the spaciousness around the chest, the heart center. See light and energy at the heart. And as we chant Om 3 times here in just a moment, I want you to see that energy and light just grow bigger. And that might be just inside the chest cavity, or it might expand beyond your body. Just go with whatever imagery or sensation comes to you as we chant. So chanting Om 3 times, take a deep breath in. Om. Om. Light of the heart. Go ahead and bring the palms together at the heart and bow the chin, bowing to yourself as you are in this moment, body, breath, energy, and mind. And may this practice tonight be in service of all of that. So rubbing the palms together. Take the heated palms over your eyes, brushing over the top of your head, down your neck. Welcome back to the room. And we're going to transition right onto hands and knees. Table pose, Chakra Vakasana. Good. So in table pose, take a deep breath in. And with your exhale, go all the way back to child's pose. Inhale, float back up. And exhale again, go all the way back. And just continue. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Just warming up the spine and shoulders, the hips a little bit here. And you might notice some sensation in the body, maybe some tightness, or maybe it just feels good to move with the breath, maybe both. And we'll build on this sensation. So with your next exhale, curl the toes under, lift into downward dog. And then inhale, float back down onto hands and knees in child's pose. Again, that's inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then inhale, hands and knees. And exhale, child's pose. Please continue to move between these 3 postures. Forced down dog, forced child's pose. Moving with your breath, warming up this body. One more time. And landing in downward facing dog, go ahead and walk the dog out a bit once you're there. Good, 2 more breaths. And then from here, we'll move through Danda Kriya. So inhale, come into plank pose, straight line push-up. With your exhale, bend your elbows in toward your waist, come into Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. And let's do that again. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, 1 inch from the floor, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Continuing to move on your breath, Dandakriya, plank, chaturanga, upward facing, and downward facing. We'll do 3 more. Do them on your breath. Warming up the body, linking the breath and movement, and helping to stabilize energy. So as you finish this third one, go ahead and stop. Take an adjusting breath. And we'll continue. So from downward facing dog, lift your right leg high into the air behind you. With your exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Take the back foot flat to the floor, toes pointing forward about 45 degrees. Bend your front knee and then sweep the arms forward and come up into warrior one. Stay for the exhale. Deep breath in. And then exhale, hands to the floor, step back to downward dog. And we'll do the other side. Left leg lifts. And exhale, step. Back foot flat, toes pointing forward. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana, come on up. Stay for the exhale. Inhale. And exhale, fold, step back. Right leg lift. Exhale, step it through. Back foot flat, warrior one, inhale. Inhale here. And exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. And step. Back foot flat, warrior one. Inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Exhale, step the foot through. Turn the back foot flat to the floor. Come up to warrior one. This time we'll stay for a bit longer. So bend into that front knee and then take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift the arms off the back and turn the chest to look up and breathe. Opening the heart here. And you just may recall that sensation from Kapalabhati earlier, that energy and light that we drew from the mind and belly to the heart. Just feel that shining toward the sky. Good, release the hands, sweep them up, arms in the air, inhale, and then exhale, hands down, step back to downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Back foot flat. Warrior one on this side, come on up. And again, we'll stay and we'll do the same exercise. So keeping the front knee bending, interlace the fingers behind the back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the arms off the back, turn the chest toward the ceiling, and breathe. Good, go ahead and release the hands, sweep them up, inhale. Then exhale, bring the hands down. Step the back foot forward this time, coming into standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Press palms to shins, come halfway up. And exhale, fold. 2 more times, halfway up. And exhale down. Last one for now, halfway up, inhale. Exhale down. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up. Reaching overhead and palms to your heart. Good, so feel sensation for a moment. We really haven't stopped moving since we started. So just notice what that pause feels like. And then we're going to move through arm swings next. And the version we'll do tonight is where we drop the body down. So just to walk you through it really quickly, it's inhale, arms up, inhale back, inhale up, then exhale, bend the knees, sweep down, and come back up. Breathing, inhale through the nose and exhale powerfully from the gut out of your mouth. All right. So we'll go for about 2 minutes. Pace yourself and have a good time. All right. Feet about hip width apart, nice soft bend to the knees. When you're ready, inhale up, inhale back, inhale up, exhale, drop. Inhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, 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 exhale. Powerful exhale out of the mouth, really clear your respiratory system. Clear that space around the heart. Feel the full rotation of your shoulders, up, back, up, and drop. Swing it out. Moving energy here. You might feel it building through the spine. You might feel it building at the heart, especially with these big exhales as you clear that space out. You're about halfway done. Thirty more seconds. Three, two, and one. Back to standing. Feel sensation, breath rate, heart rate, energy moving in the body. With your next inhale, lift your arms overhead. Hold the breath in at the top for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release the arms and sigh. Again, inhale, lift. And hold. 3, 2, 1. One more time, lift. And hold. And relax. Definitely feeling warm. All right. So for our next exercise, we'll do the arm swing side to side. And there are 2 options, depending on how much space you have. So if you don't have a lot of space around you to swing your arms, you can take them onto your shoulders. You'll just swing from side to side here. And this is lovely. If you're able to, you'll swing the arms from side to side, allowing them to hit the body and your back heel lifting, okay? So we'll go for about 2 minutes again and do whichever variation is accessible to you in this moment, all right? So when you're ready, go ahead and swing from side to side, from side to side. And if the arms are flailing from side to side, Just let them hit the body. They're giving a percussion massage to the internal organs, stimulating them. It's also kind of soothing to have that gentle drumming on the body, side to side. Unwinding tension in the spine. Now, because we are constantly twisting, it's common for the breath to be shallow. So you got to be conscious of that. And you need to deepen your breath. Deeper breath in, deeper breath out. You could even sigh it out if you wanted to. Letting it go. So we're going to go for just a little bit longer here. Again, check in with your breath. Notice when it starts to get shallow, and then help to deepen it. Just another few breaths. There's something you need to let go, let it go. 3, 2, and 1. Unwind to center. Good. Feel sensation as you come to stillness. Noticing the tingling in the body. The quality of your mind in this moment. And then taking a deeper breath, allowing your awareness to come back. Back to the room, that is. So we're going to work with chair pose next, and this is going to really help us to solidify that awareness of the heart center. So before we go into it, there's some arm movements I want to teach you. And some of you may have done this movement with me before, but it always is helpful to repeat it. So with your inhale, you'll lift the arms up. With the exhale, you'll bend the elbows out to the side and come into cactus arms. So that's your exhale. With your next inhale, you're going to bring the elbows and palms together in front of you, and this helps to open up the upper back. And then exhale, you'll drag the elbows back, palms to the sky, and just peel the heart open, okay? So again, that's inhale, arms up, exhale, cactus, palms and elbows together, inhale, and then draw back, exhale. You'll get plenty of practice with this one tonight, all right? So have your feet, actually I'll give you an option. For chair pose, you can come into chair with the feet and knees apart. You can come into chair pose with the feet and knees together. Just don't have the feet apart and knees together. Okay, so pick one that works, not the third one. Good. So lifting the arms overhead, inhale. And exhale, sink into chair. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs. We're going to go in and out just a couple of times since we're getting used to it. Exhale, bend in. Inhale up. Good. This time, sink into chair pose and stay. Good. And we're going to do that movement with the arms here. So keep the knees bending, keep the sternum lifting for now, and reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, cactus arms. Work the shoulder blades, knit them together at the back. Then inhale, bring the elbows and palms together. The back rounds for now. Then exhale, draw the elbows back, palms to the sky. Good. Inhale, straighten the arms up. Exhale, cactus. Palms and elbows together, inhale. And then drag them back. One more time. Lift, cactus, together, and back. Lift the arms up, straighten the legs, and release the arms on down. Take a breath. Oh, but we're not done with chair pose just yet. With your next inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, sink in. Take a deep breath in, and then come into cactus. We're gonna stay here. Knit the shoulder blades together. Bring the elbows forward of the palms. Take a deep breath in and Kapalabhati for about 30 seconds. Take a deep breath in, straighten the arms and legs, reach up, inhale. Exhale, swan dive forward and down. Palms to shins, halfway up. Exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Let's move through Dhamma Kriya once. Inhale, plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Looking at the space between your hands, go ahead and step the feet forward, Uttanasana. Palms to shins, halfway up. And exhale, fold. Arms out to the side, come all the way up, inhale. And palms to your heart. Good. We're gonna move through a sun salutation next, working with warrior one again, working with Danda Kriya again, and working with chair pose once again. So please step to the top of your mat. I think you're there already, but if you're not, please make your way there. Now, before we start moving, palms at the heart, find your breath. You might feel your heart beating through your chest. It's a physical heart. And just next to that, toward the spine, is the spiritual or energetic heart center, Anahata. It's the energetic center or chakra that is closest to our soul. So when we build light in this space, we are asking to be connected to that boundless, connected, clear energy, that which is beyond us. And sun salutations are sometimes referred to as moving prayer. And so as you move through this flow, imagine it as a devotional act toward you, toward your soul, that deeper understanding, that deeper knowledge, that expansive well of compassion within. Every movement is for that. So with your next inhale, sweep the arms down and up. Exhale, bend the knees, chair prep, chair pose. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, straighten the legs, and exhale, swan dive. Ardha Uttanasana, coming halfway up, inhale. And exhale, release. Take the right foot way back, ground the foot, bend the front knee, warrior one. Inhale, come on up, sweep the arms up. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Think about hinging at the hips as you fold over the left leg. Deep breath in. Then exhale, downward facing dog. Danda Kriya. Landing back in downward facing dog. When you're done, take the right leg into the air and step the right foot through, help it forward, back foot flat to the floor, bend the right knee, and come on up, warrior one. Good, staying for the exhale. Inhale, straighten the right knee, and exhale, hinge at the hips, fold down over the leg. Stay for the inhale. And exhale, step the back foot forward, Uttanasana. Palms to shins, halfway up again. And exhale, fold down. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up. and palms to the heart. Again, in service of the heart, sweep the arms down and up. Chair prep, chair pose. Stay. Inhale, straighten up and fold forward. Halfway rise. And down, step the left foot back this time. Back foot flat on the floor. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana. Inhale, straighten the right knee. And exhale, fold over it. Deep breath in. Downward facing dog. And Danda Kriya. Once you land back in downward dog, lift the left leg up and step it on through. Back foot flat, warrior, come on up. Good. Inhale, straighten the left knee. Exhale, fold over the leg. Deep breath in. And exhale, step the right foot forward. Palms to shins. And down. Sweep the arms up the side, come all the way up. And palms to the heart. Again, this devotional movement, reach up, chair prep, chair, lift, and fold. Halfway, right leg, warrior. Straighten the knee and fold. Deep breath in. And downward facing dog. Again, moving through Danda Kriya. Landing in downward dog, right leg lifts. And step it on through. Back foot flat, warrior, come on up. Good, straighten the knee and fold over it. Stay for the inhale. And exhale, step the back foot forward, Uttanasana. Good, palms to shins halfway up. And exhale, fold. Arms out to the side, come all the way up, inhale. And palms to the heart. Keeping this energy moving, inhale, sweep up. Chair prep, chair. Lift and fold. Halfway. And down, the left foot steps, prepping for warrior. When you're ready, come on up. Good, straighten the knee and fold over it. Deep breath in. Downward facing dog. Danda Kriya. Landing in downward facing dog, lift the left leg up this time and step that left foot through. Back foot flat, warrior, come on up. Good, straighten the knee and fold over it. Deep breath in and step the right foot forward. Palms to shins and exhale down. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up. And palms to your heart. Let's take an adjusting breath here before we continue. And then, as is our tradition here, we're gonna take our time with this last flow. It's gonna stay in some postures. We're gonna feel it out a bit. So reconnecting to that idea of this being devotional movement or practice to that which is higher than you, or that which is more connected to the soul. And letting this movement be in service of that. When you're ready, sweep up, chair prep, chair. And you guessed it, we're gonna hold chair pose. So sink on in. With your inhale, take the arms wide this time. Turn the palms toward the ceiling. And then exhale, reach forward. Keep the knees bent. And then inhale, open the arms back up, making this fanning motion. Reach forward. Open back up, inhale. Exhale, reach forward. Open back up, stay this time. Again, turn the palms toward the ceiling. Feel the heart opening. Shoulder blades working toward one another. 3, 2, and 1. Straighten up, reach up. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward and down. Palms to shins, halfway up. Exhale, release, step the right foot back. Back foot flat, warrior, come on up. And bend the knee. Staying in warrior this time. Like before, interlace the fingers at the lower back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the arms off the back, and turn the heart toward the ceiling. Really put your awareness in the seat of the heart. Keep lifting the arms. Good. Release the hands, sweep the arms up and straighten the left knee. As you exhale, fold long over that leg. And stay here for just a couple of breaths. And when you're ready, downward facing dog. Good. Moving through Danda Kriya. Landing in downward facing dog for a breath. Right leg lifts and steps. Back foot flat, warrior, come on up. So again, interlace the fingers at the lower back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the arms off the back, turn the heart toward the sky. Working the shoulder blades towards one another. Breathe. Good, release the hands, lift the arms up, straighten the right knee. Exhale, fall down over that leg. Stay for a couple of breaths. And then go ahead and step forward, Uttanasana. Palms to shins, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Sweep the arms out to the side. Inhale, come all the way up. And bring your palms to your heart. And stay inward for a moment and just feel the heart. Palms coming back to the heart, intention coming back to the heart. And you might see lighter energy there again. Letting that light be the focus of our movement, the focus of our practice. And then bringing yourself on back. So the next part of our practice, again, working with building this light or intention around the heart, we're going to practice dancer pose, Natrajasana. And there's 2 ways to practice it, or there's more than 2 ways, but 2 ways we'll talk about tonight. The first is if you plan on practicing this, balancing in the middle of the room. And if you're not wanting to balance, I'll get to you next. But if you want to balance, what you'll do is you'll stand on both feet. You'll shift the weight over into one leg, and focusing the eyes to one point, you'll lift up the opposite leg. And then you'll reach back behind you and grab the ankle. The opposite hand can be on the hip to start. And you'll begin to lean forward a little bit and then push the foot into the hand and feel the chest start to pull back. Now, the left hand or the other hand can stay on the hip, or you can extend it forward. But this is not a forward fold. You're not reaching forward, you're reaching up, both with the back foot and with the hand. Now, if you are not practicing in the middle of the room, it's a little too shaky for you, what you can do instead is do everything I just said, except keep a hand on the wall. So you can do everything I just mentioned, and you'll just lean toward the wall, okay? So when you're ready, pick a side, whichever one feels good for you. We'll make this more intuitive. We usually start with our stronger sides, but focus your eyes, shift the weight into a leg, pick up the knee, and then reach back and grab hold of the ankle, opposite hand on the hip, and begin to lean forward just a little bit with the chest. Push the foot into the hand, lift the back leg up. And then again, your opposite hand can reach forward. It can stay on the hip, or that opposite hand can also be on the wall. And breathe. And if you fall, just take your time coming back in. And when you feel complete on the first side, go ahead and stop, coming down as gracefully as you can manage. Taking an adjusting breath, feeling that opening of the heart that's just happened. And then we get to do it on the other side. So if you started off strong, we're going to work on that. Or maybe this is your stronger side. Do whatever feels right for you. But standing on the other foot, again, eyes focused, just lean on over. Pick up the other leg. Reach back and grab hold of the ankle. Begin to lean forward a little bit as you push the foot into the hand. Feeling the deepening of the back bend. The opposite hand can stay on the hip. It can reach forward. It could also be holding onto the wall. Breathe. And when you feel sufficient on this side, carefully release. Feeling sensation once you've stopped. Then why don't we come into a forward fold? Hinging at the hips. Nice symmetrical posture. Now from our forward fold, please gently step back to downward facing dog. And then float into plank. And this time, just plank yourself all the way down to the floor. We got one more big heart opener for us tonight, and that is Dandasana Bow Pose. And so if you're not familiar with this posture, I'll demonstrate it really quickly. And if you are familiar with it, just hop on into it. So for those of you not familiar, you'll bend the knees here. You'll reach back and grab hold of your ankles, much like the pose we just did. And then when this happens, your hips, your pelvis pops up off the floor. So with an exhale, you'll push the pelvis back down. With an inhale, push the feet into the hands to pull your chest away from the floor to come into bow. All right. And we'll hang out here for a bit and then we'll come back down. So not sure if you were doing that with me or not, but let's go ahead and do it all together, holding onto the ankles. With an exhale, push the pelvis down. Inhale, press the feet into the hands. Allow the legs to pull you up. You don't have to really muscle this with the upper back too much. Heart shining forward, breathe. Three, two, don't collapse. One, carefully release down. Release the feet, turn the head to a side and adjust. Feeling sensation from the back bend. Now it might feel far from where you want to be right now, but go ahead and come into downward facing dog in your own time. When we come into down dog after that big belly back bend, just help realign some things. After deep back bending like that, it's good to bring the spine into extension, which is technically what this is. So you could even bend the knees a bit more than you normally do and shoot the hips toward the ceiling, really stretching the back here. And after a few breaths of that, go ahead and float down onto hands and knees and come in to child's pose. Good, all right. In child's pose, go ahead and come on up and just roll over onto your back. Do a couple more exercises to help us unwind from some of the work that we've done. So start in bridge prep, feet flat on the floor, heels underneath the knees about hip width apart, arms by your sides. And with your next inhale, go ahead and lift the hips, lift the arms all the way overhead. And exhale, release down. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale, lifting up into bridge. Exhale, release. Again, inhale, bridge. Exhale down one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Go ahead and hug the knees into your chest. And bring the knees together if they're not already, and take the arms out to the sides, making a T shape with the body. You could also do cactus arms here. And take a deep breath in. With your exhale, allow the knees to fall towards your left side. And your left hand can rest gently on top of the right thigh, not forcing the twist, but just holding the legs there. And then behind you, feel the right shoulder and right arm ground onto the floor. You could even turn your chin to the right if you'd like. Now, as you hold this twist and you breathe, Bring your awareness to the heart center, center of the chest. You might imagine a light or energy there. Maybe seeing that lighter energy pulsing with your breath, expanding on inhale and contracting on exhale. And then with your next inhale, carefully unwind. And then we'll do the other side. Go ahead and drop the knees to the right. And your right hand can rest on top of the left thigh if you'd like. And then behind you, allow the left shoulder and arm to anchor, to really ground toward the floor. And again, you can turn the chin to the left here. Settling into this pose. Breathing deeply. And allowing your awareness to rest in the seat of the heart. Again, that energy or light pulsing with your breath. Good. All right. Go ahead and take a deeper breath. Unwinding. Bring the knees to center. Hug them in. You can just hold them here. If you'd like to, you could also curl up into a ball, lifting the shoulders to get a tighter grip on them. And once you have that tighter grip, releasing back onto your back. Whether you have the tighter grip or if you're just holding on to the knees or shins, do think about curling your tailbone down to the floor. This creates a little bit of resistance between the hands and the legs, and it helps to release residual tension that might be in the lower back. Beautiful. All right. So when you feel complete in this pose, go ahead and extend your legs down to the floor and make any final adjustments to rest comfortably here on your back for about 5 minutes or so. Bring any support where you need it, adjusting any elements in your environment. And as you settle in, take a deep breath in and out. And just feel effort relax, your body settling in. Maybe just even reminding yourself that now is the time for rest. And as you settle in, become aware of all of your senses. Sensation on your skin, sound, any diffused light coming in through the eyelids, smell, taste. All these ways that we take in information. Imagine that information as energy. And I'd like you to just imagine that there's this steady stream from the senses to the heart center. You might see it as tendrils of light moving toward Anahata, coalescing, building energy at that point. Just allow that to be your background, back of mind practice as you continue to rest. Energy and light moving toward the heart. Oh. Peace, peace, peace. So go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. And even as you make gentle movements in the body, do try to keep your awareness somewhat inward still. Taking your time as you roll to your right side. And coming up to a comfortable seat. So coming into a comfortable seat, allow yourself to take a moment to make any final adjustments so that you can be still. And then let yourself be still. Let yourself be steady. Become aware of the gentle pulsing of the breath. And remember the gentle pulsing of that light at the center of the chest. Anahata, heart center. Try to imagine this light as clearly as you possibly can. Light at the heart. It might look like a star, an orb, a ball of energy, a light bulb even. But pick an image and keep it. And just feel it pulsing with the breath. And just hold your awareness with it as long as you possibly can. And when your mind wanders, which it probably will, notice that the mind has wandered, compassionately return to the awareness of the light of the heart. It's far from an easy practice to maintain concentration. The more we practice, the more we practice the entire scope of yoga, the easier, incrementally easier it becomes over time. So whether or not you're able to achieve the state of dhyana is at this point inconsequential. What is important is returning to the practice every time you feel yourself get distracted. And in time, over time, these deeper states of consciousness may be available for you. Keep practicing. For now, take a deeper, fuller breath. Bring your palms together and bow your chin, bowing to that staying in the endeavoring that you do here on this path. And may that endeavoring on this path always guide you. So until we meet again, namaste.